years old. I live in Brasilia. I work as an administrative assistant. I used to be a host here as well. I've been here it's been more than a year, and I really enjoy attending the meetings. And let me see what else. I'm very excited about the holiday because I returned to work this week. I was on vacation and it was a very exhausting week. So I'm very excited to do nothing on the holidays. And that's it.
Very nice. Thanks, Fernando. Last but not least, Wesley, please.
Oh, hi guys. My name is Wesley. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I have 24 years old. I'm full stack developer and I'm student of graduation in software engineer. And I'd be happy because tomorrow is a holiday and I like very much eat fish. And and this holiday of Pascua is very funny because I have chocolates, I have fish, so I'm like this. So I'm anxious to Friday.
Very nice. I am always anxious for the holidays because of the foods, like the Easter, Christmas. I love that we get together with our family and we have nice meals and we have fun and talk. It's very nice. And also rest a lot because it's very necessary, like Fernando said. Tomorrow I'm staying all day long at home. I'm doing nothing. I don't want to go out. I just want to rest because it's been exhausting at work. So nice to meet you all, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna send you the questions. Did everybody receive? Yeah? Okay. Guys, just a quick reminder that I always do here in the beginning is that you don't need to worry about speak the perfect English because that doesn't exist. You have to understand that nobody here is native. So the point here is to speak and to have a nice conversation with each other. The point is to understand each other, to have fun. And it's important to remember that we have to give time for everybody to speak. So I'm splitting us in two rooms so we can have a little bit more time for everyone to speak. So have on your mind that you speak all the things that you want, but try not to over speak a lot so your colleague can speak, okay? That's very important because we all here need to have a nice conversation. That being said, I want to know who here is the first time with me in my immersion, besides Carlos? Gabi?
Me.
Gabi.
Marley também. Marley too. And Wesley, is it your first time with Wesley?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna split the rooms in two, and whoever gets the invite, you can go to the other room. Okay, guys? Just a sec,
Vicky.
please. What?
Before you split the rooms, I think Andrea didn't introduce herself.
Oh my God,
Guys,
Andrea.
it's not a problem, guys.
It's a big problem. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Thanks, Fernando. I'm sorry,
thank you.
Andrea.
Okay, I will be quickly, guys. So I'm Andrea.
It's
I'm
okay.
46 years old. I live in Guarujá, and unfortunately, tomorrow I will work, guys, because I am an assistant administrative in a Japanese restaurant. So can you imagine it?
Yeah.
Selfish in this day, so I will work. Thank you.
I'm sorry again, Andrea. Like
No
I said,
problem.
I'm exhausted. I'm not.
No problem.
So thanks a lot. And yeah, I guess it's gonna be very crowded tomorrow at your work.
Yeah.
So tonight is a space and a time for you to rest.
Yeah,
It's
relax
in
a
English,
little.
and yeah, to have fun. So I just sent you the invite, guys. See you in the end of the immersion and have fun. Bye bye. Okay, Carlos, Warley, and Gabi. Let's begin. Question number 1, we already did. So let's skip to question number 2. Warley, would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every human language fluently?
Well, that's a tough one. I think it'd be amazing to be able to talk to animals. I don't know, mainly with dogs because I'm a dog person, definitely. But I don't know. I think human language I can learn. So with some language I can communicate with these people. Um, so I think it would be nice to talk with animals. I think that's it.
Very nice. Carlos, do you have pets?
No,
No?
no.
So which one?
Yes, only my family, but I like very the animals. At the moment, I live in the apartment from don't have animals. It's a question. But um, about question 1, I prefer to speak every human language French. It's very interesting to travel uh, on the world all, and it's very interesting.
It would be very useful. I was on vacation last month and I went to Argentina. And I wish I knew Spanish because it's much harder than we imagine. Much,
Yeah.
much harder to understand because like I guess like every country, when we're with our friends, family, and inside our country, we tend to speak faster because people understand. So when you're a tourist and you go to other place, you hear the language. Even though Spanish, it seems a little bit like Portuguese, it's very hard when you go there and listen everybody speaking only Spanish. But it was very, very nice and I learned a lot. It was awesome. Your country is very
Nice.
beautiful, Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm live in Santa Catarina, in Itapuá.
I live in
Uh,
Florianópolis, here in Santa
uh,
Catarina. Is it
nice.
near? I don't know.
Uh, in the past, I live here in
Mm,
Itapuá, also in Canoas, Rio Grande do Sul,
mhm.
and Curitiba, Paraná. Um, I'm very cities, but I live in three cities. The other cities, I'm holiday. Santos, Minas. Um, I'm as Brazilian.
So you're half Brazilian, half Argentinian. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Uh-huh.
Let's go on. Gabi, would you rather speak to the animals or speak every human language?
So I have 3 animals in my house. So I would rather speak understand the animals because uh, I have two dogs that I don't know what year. I forgot the the role, but to understand, I prefer understand the animals.
Hello, guys.
So
Hello.
Sorry, my connection is unstable. I didn't hear you. You would rather speak to your three pets or the
okay. I have three pets in my house. Two dogs and one cat. So I would rather speak the language of the animals.
Nice, very nice. So I also have a dog. I just have one dog, and I guess if I could understand and speak to her, she would tell me all day, I want to go out, I want to play, please, I want to go out, I want to play all day long. It would be very hard to work and do everything because even though she can't speak Portuguese, I I I see that animals they do communicate with us in other ways. So when they wanna call us, oh, let's play, and she throws me her toy, and when she wants to go out, she goes in next to her. I forgot coleira. So I guess they communicate with us in other ways, and that's very nice. I love animals, but I guess I would prefer to speak all human languages fluently because it would be very, very, very useful. And I guess I would be able to travel more around the world and get better jobs. And by getting better jobs, I would get better wages, better salaries, and that would change a lot my life and my dog's life as well. So that would be nice. So about the job, Gabi, would you rather have a high-paying, stressful job or a low-paying, stress-free job?
I would have lost salary and high quality of life because if you if the salary is high and stressful is I don't know the stress no, I don't know stress. Yeah, it's high too. You have to pay for more doctors and therapy. So I would rather lost salary and high quality of life.
That's true, Gabi, because in a stressful job, you waste your money in doctors, in therapy, in your taking care of your damaged health. So it makes sense. Carlos, what about you? Which one would you choose?
Uh, i- it's difficult to choose. I'm good in software development, and I team lead. Uh, it's very stressful to code, to lead. uh, but I like this. But but maybe I prefer a low pain stress free job. Uh, I'm not sure, but exist jobs very calm and not stress, and I have doubts about that issues. My job is uh, uh, some days my job some days is stressful, other days is nice. I like very much. Uh, two two things. um, I'm not sure what I'm prefer. You understand?
Yeah, I understand because everything in life it's not 0 or 1. It's not black or white. I guess it's very hard to say that you have a stress-free job because, in my opinion, if it's stress-free, maybe it's not a job because a job, like you said, you get good days, nice days, but there are other days that they can be stressful because you have to um, give some reports, you have to discuss with some colleagues, maybe with your boss, you disagree with someone, and maybe you do something wrong, or your colleague does something wrong, and it's everybody. So even if it's a nice job, stress-free, I guess there are days that there are stresses in the work. So it's like you said, it's hard to
I
balance.
think I think um, uh, low paying stress free job, uh, you don't have stress in work, but you have stress in other problem. For example, to pay contas, to uh, mm, uh, to keep the family, to buy um, hope to pay a nice house, and other problems.
I was expecting a lot somebody would say that because that's a great point. I want to hear Warley's opinion and then I'm gonna go back there.
Okay. In my opinion, it depends on the amount of the money paid. I think it's need to be a balance. You need to have the money to pay the basic in general. But I would prefer to have a low paying stress free job because financial stability is important, but I value more my mental and emotional well being. And I think it's important to think about it. And as you said, I think it does make sense to have a lot of money if you waste a lot of money to in medicine and whatever. So I think it's more important to think about mental and emotional well-being.
That's very nice. First point, I agree with you that you said depends a lot in the amount of money, but depends a lot. Complementing to Carlos, like if you have a stress-free job and low paying, but how low paying, how much? But because you can have stress-free at work, but can you pay rent? Can you buy food every day for your family? Can you have basic stuff like buying clothes, for example, buying stuff for you is not like a luxury. It's basic. For clothes, you have to have money to have fun. This is one of the basics because you have to go out, have fun, see your friends, your family. That all have to be counting. So if you don't have enough money to do that, your your job will be stressful because you will be stressing a lot with other things that you brought from home because you doesn't have money for the basics. So in my opinion, I would get a high paying stressful job for a limited time because I would like to save some money. Actually, my job's not that great, but I'm there because the the salary is nicer than the other places, so I'm doing that. I'm saving some money for an amount of time, and when I leave that job, I know that I'm going to a job that pays me less, but I'll be happier. I'll be more less anxious. I'll be more calm. I'll be more easygoing inside my house and at job because I'm not stressed every day. I don't get up thinking, oh my God, this again, I can't handle it. So it depends a lot. In my case, I'm doing that, and I will do that, but it's not something that you can go on for very long time because it's killing my well-being, my mental well-being and emotional. But I have something that I know it's just for some time because, like Debbie said, I'm wasting a lot of money in like therapy, in doctors. So it's very important to have a balance, like you were saying, everybody. In life, you have to keep the basics in life and have a job that you can pay your bills, that you can live well and not stress very much. But that's like everybody's dream, right, guys? It's not that we could choose the perfect job. That's what we seek and we search. But in reality, a lot of people have low paying, stressful jobs, unfortunately. Um, Also about work, Warley, would you rather work in a group or alone?
Um, at my case in my work, it depends on the task. For some things, I prefer to work alone. If it's a task that I'm learning and I'm trying to develop something, I prefer to work alone. But for others, tasks, teamwork can be very productive to me because I don't know if I'm discussing about the business and the business rules. I think it's much better to work with a team and talk with the people. I think it depends.
It's you that you are a front-end developer, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you work remotely?
Yeah, I work remotely.
Yeah. So what do you do when you have to do a task in a group, for example?
In general, we have meetings a lot with my team. So I think it's easy to discuss in a meeting. Um, but I think in some cases it would be nice to work with the people at the how can I say presencialmente?
At the
Uh,
office, for
at,
example?
at yeah at the office because it would be easy to discuss something with the person beside you. um, but in general it's okay. We have meetings a lot, so I think it's it's okay.
Very nice. So depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends. And you, Gabi?
I think the same Wally said, because um, for some activities I like to work alone, but in the other situations I prefer thinking in working with other people, because I believe it that when thinking in a group can be result and better solutions.
Nice, very nice. Carlos, and you?
I work in group in daily. I work in group, but some things I work alone. Other 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 things I work in group to make decisions. For example, um, uh, some things I prefer alone. Uh, Other things I prefer in group. Uh, uh, in my world, no exists to work alone. Uh, yeah, so that's it.
Very nice. Guys, in general, I prefer to work alone. I think I can think better and I can focus much more when I'm working alone. But on the other side, I know that's very important to have your colleagues around, even though it's remote in a meeting. It's important because sometimes we can't pass through our own mental barrier. So it's important to talk to others because they give you a different perspective. But in general, I prefer to work alone, but I know sometimes it's important to have other people around me to also help me, and I can help other people as well, because it's important that we can exchange information. Okay, let's choose a random question now. Let me see. That's interesting. Gabi, number 7. Would you rather know the date of your own death or the cause of it?
It's hard.
That's tough.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the cause of it, of the death in the case. Why? Because I am excited person, uma pessoa ansiosa. So if I know the date of my death, I will maybe I will crazy, or I will stop. I don't know. I will stop in waiting for the death. I don't know. And yeah, but it's hard to answer this.
It's very hard to answer because we think about a lot of things about our family, about ourselves,
Yeah.
about everything in our lives. So, okay,
Maybe
when am
if
I going to die? What I'm going to do differently that I'm going to
yeah,
if I know that?
yeah. Maybe if I know the date, I can organize everything to my family.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's too hard.
It's funny and crazy at the same time because I also think that if I know the date, I can organize. Like I'm thinking about dying, but organizing the things for the ones that I love who are staying here.
And
That says a lot of thing about you.
yeah, it's funny because I work in a developing a platform of end of life last year, and I I talk a lot of this, but in my case, I don't know what to do.
It's tough. It's not easy to answer. Carlos, do you know your answer? Which one is less scary, I guess?
Uh, I'm clearly I prefer go un noticide así reserve. I'm very reserved. Uh, I'm not like to be. I'm not prefer to be the center of attention. Um,
Carlos, is question number 7. Would you
excuse me.
rather know when you're going to die, like today, tomorrow, next year, or how are you going to die, like sleeping, by an accident, something like that?
Would you know the day of your? Uh, I don't understand that question. Can you explain, please?
Sure. Would you prefer to know when you're going to die, like you know that I'm going to die tomorrow, or I'm going to die when I'm 50, I'm going to die next year? Would you prefer know the date, or would you prefer knowing how you're going to die? Like, I'm going to die sleeping, I'm going to die by a disease like a cancer, I'm going to die in a car accident, I'm going to die by a shotgun. Do you understand?
Should I? Should I?
Die
Should
is
I?
like,
Ah, die. Ah, uh, would you prefer now the die or that question? It's I prefer to know data when I date. I prefer don't know data and dates. It's is that?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Could you repeat, please?
Mm-hmm. Of your own. Uh, the question is if I prefer to know the data they um did
Yeah.
um I, I'm not prefer that it's natural better nice I'm not prefer uh I'm happy I'm happy uh, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Carlos. Marlene, what about you?
Yeah, it's funny because I think for everyone it's hard to answer that question. For me as well. But I don't know. I prefer not to know either the date or the cause of my death. For me, both options are unsettling. I think it's crazy. I'm thinking about the consequence of to know that, and I don't know, can I maybe change the future knowing that? I don't know. For me, it's really crazy to know the date or the cause of your death.
Yeah, it's very hard to think about that because it puts us in a place where we would have to think better about each behavior that we have, either if each choice that we have day by day. Because if I know that I'm dying tomorrow or when I'm 100 years old, what would I do differently to enjoy my family, to enjoy myself, to enjoy my friends, my pets, my relationship? So it puts us in a way where we have to be in attention all the time because we know it's gonna end. Everybody knows that death is a certainty, but and not to think about that because it's scary to know that you're going to not exist anymore. So it's very hard. But answering the question, I guess I would prefer to know the date, definitely, because if I knew the cause but I didn't know the date, I'm gonna die in a car accident, for example. Okay, every trip that I make, I'm going to think, is this one that I'm going to die, is it here, or is it next 50 years, or is it tomorrow, or is it next week? Oh, it's like 30 minutes in this trip. So I guess for me it would be less scary. I don't know, less scary, but it would be the list of the options would be. I would prefer to know the date because, like Gabi said, I would arrange better for my family, for example, because we all know that when people die in our family, besides the sadness, it's very, very awful. We have to do a lot of things that involves money, papers, like it's very tough. It's very tough. So I would prepare my death to be the least hard for my family. Like they would just have the time to be sad and not to worry about all the other things that I left. But it's hard, very hard. Um, let's see, one more question, guys. Number 8. So, Warley, would you rather be able to control your dreams or never have to sleep again?
I I think being able to control my dreams wouldn't have any use, in my opinion. So I think I prefer never have to sleep again if it has no consequence, because in reality it has a lot of consequence. So I think that's it.
Very, very smart. But I guess we can consider that you don't have to sleep and it's okay. Anything's gonna happen. Like you're gonna rest in other ways, like you're gonna have your melatonin in other ways. So, Carlos, and you?
Um, I understand first part of that question.
Mhm.
The second part is
Uh,
never to sleep.
do you know what is sleep? Sleep is like going to bed.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, would you prefer to control the dreams
Uh-huh.
or you don't have to sleep again?
I prefer second option. It's interesting. It's crazy that question, but if you have if if you never to sleep, you have a lot of time to do very things. You live a lot.
That's true. If you don't sleep, you're gonna live longer because you're gonna enjoy the time that you're not sleeping. So you can do a lot of things. Like you have 8 more hours in your day, 6 more hours in your day, depends on how much you sleep. That's very interesting. Nice. Gabi, and you?
I think that I prefer to control my dreams because I like to sleep a lot, and and I thinking if I don't sleep anymore, how I relax. So I prefer control my dreams.
So I'm also with you. I love to sleep. I wouldn't give up sleeping. Even if I could do more stuff, I would live longer, have more free time to do what I want. So, but I love to sleep. It's like I love eating, I love to sleep, I love to travel. I love to sleep. It's very nice. So it would be very fun to control my dreams because I guess for everybody there are certain types of dreams where I don't know if you're half awake or half sleeping, but there are some points that we can control our dreams, but it's a very it's very hard to decide because I guess we don't decide. It's like something that happens in our brain. But I guess it would be very fun to control the dreams. And I wouldn't give up sleeping because it's awesome. So, guys, it's 7:50. I'm calling our colleagues back to the room so we can talk a little bit more together. Okay? Let's see. So Carlos, did you enjoy the immersion? Did you think it was fun, difficult? How was for you?
Could you repeat, please?
Sure. Did you enjoy? It was nice, it was boring, it was difficult. How was the immersion? Did you like talking to us?
Okay. I like a lot this time, uh, this hour. It's funny. It was nice to me. I like it very much.
Very
Thank you.
nice. I'm very happy to have you here. It was a great conversation, and I think you did great because in the beginning, you're here for 2 weeks, right? In the beginning, everybody has some difficulties, but it was very nice to hear your opinion, to hear you speaking. So I hope to see you again more often, okay?
Thank you.
So guys, welcome back. Hello.
Hello.
Andrea, how was the immersion with the guys?
Yeah, it was very good, Vicky. We had a lot of fun at the same time and some deep questions that make us thinking a lot, the options,
Yeah,
but it was really great.
very nice. Fernando, did you enjoy the topic, the questions?
Yeah, I like it. You know that I like this random question things in a meeting. Very nice. And
Yeah,
the conversation was really fun. I like it.
very nice. How was your experience, Sandro?
As Andrea said, it's very difficult questions, but the conversation is very fun, like Fernando said. Very, very good.
Very nice. Warley, how was the first time with other host with me? How did you feel uh like being part of immersion but not being the host? How was the experience?
Yeah, it was really great. It's funny because it's different when I'm hosting and speaking in Spanish. Uh, I'm I have more difficult for sure to speak in English, but it was a really good topic. It's kind of different to do the question in this way. But so I think it was a really good topic.
Very nice. I also enjoy this kind of topic because I guess it's easier to talk because you have two answers. You don't have to think a lot. We do have to think a lot because there are some questions like, do you prefer to know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? But you have two answers, so we get more focused here, and it's very nice. I like it. Gabi, how was it for you?
I started in the last week, so but I studied English since I don't know, maybe 5 years, but no with conversation. So yeah, it's funny, and I think I am more natural to think in English, um, and I think I need more vocabulary too. But it's funny. It's good.
It's very interesting because I also studied English for a lot of years, but I didn't talk. So I thought I knew the vocabulary, but when I got here on Talk and Talk, when we have a 1 hour conversation, we miss the simple words because we're not used to speak in English, to think in English. It's easier to understand. It's easy to read because like you get the full context. But to speak sometimes we don't feel sure, we don't feel like we know the right words, but as the time goes by, not only you get more vocabulary, but you get more comfortable when you miss the words, because I miss a lot of words, but that's okay. There are other words. You can explain in other way. You don't have to use only this. You can go around and talk like I said in the beginning, we can communicate in other ways, like dogs communicate to us in other ways, not on our language. So that's nice. And Wesley, how was the experience for you?
Oh, it's very good. Andrea and Fernando and Sandro, it's very funny. Uh, and this theme is very good. Has a deep questions. It's like control your dreams or not sleep. Uh, and others questions. So for me, it's very good. It's a very good experience. It's a very good conversation, and for me, it's it.
Very nice. Guys, I'm so glad to hear that you all had fun. And that's the main point here in the immersions, not only the English, is to have a good time, to have fun, and to express your opinion. So thanks a lot for everybody here today. I love talking to Warley, Carlos, and Gabi. Next time I'm talking to the other guys. And I just sent you in the chat the survey. So please, it's a anonymous survey where you rate the immersion. You write what you like, what you didn't like, suggestions to the next topic. Anything you want, you can write there. I'm not going to know who wrote what because it's anonymous, so feel free to tell anything. So once again, have a incredible night. Nice holiday for you all. Happy Easter. Andrea, I hope you have a nice day of work tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye bye, guys. See you later. See
Bye-bye.
you
Thank
next
you,
week.
Bye,
guys.
See
guys.
ya.